Boy, big week. What's up, everybody? So yeah, man, first off, let me do something I've been waiting to do for quite a long time. Welcome any new subscribers to the channel. This thing's grown so slowly. It's been such a snail's pace, but it's so awesome to see even just a few people liking my stuff or subbing to the channel. I'm at 40 subs. I'm like, oh my God, man. So for all the work that I put in, it's definitely cause for celebration. So welcome back to the channel, and for everybody else, help me get up to 100. Let's go, try and reach 100. You know, I've been making content on this topic for the majority of the war since October 7th, 2 years ago now. Been talking about Israel like solely for quite a while. You know, I feel good today because I have hope in what's going on. There's no doubt about it. Things are changing. So, man, the time is right. Public opinion's shifting. People are starting to see the truth. I said at the beginning of this, if you go back and look at my work, I was saying to people months ago, weeks ago, and it sounded crazy when I was saying it, that the Gaza and Palestine issue is the main important thing. Like for us here in America, I said, listen, the Gaza thing is the start of everything. It's the start of cleaning our country up, believe it or not. You know, urging people to not get caught up in the division of whatever it may be. Don't get lumped into a group. We need to understand that we're all the same, and that the real way to fix America, believe it or not, is to fix Palestine. And the reason why is because if we can fix Palestine, we have a chance of getting the AIPAC money and potentially then even corporate money like out of the influence of our government. And that's it, man. That's like the start to it all. Not even the start, that's like a major win to the point that that would drastically change all of our lives in reality, collective reality. If you look at the stuff I did on Charlie Kirk, I was saying that in those videos, which the very first video I put up right after it happened, I called it Turning Point Against Israel. Turning Point USA against Israel. Nailed it right on the money from the get-go. Check those videos out, man. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And with all my stuff, I'd love to hear what you guys think. But I called that so right. And that's where we're at, man. People are waking up to this. You know, the next step is to get like honest, trustworthy people in the government that aren't obliged or bought out to anyone or anything. And if we can get, you know, regular citizens stepping out of their lives to contribute to running a government the way our government was intended to run, then we're free. We can do that. We can make that happen. We're close, and we're at a point where it's actually possible right now. This is such an important time. Prayers to everybody in Palestine. Hang in there. Hang in there. The world is really doing our best, and we're figuring this thing out as we go, man. And for everybody out there, press up, do more. As we move down this road here, this is going to be empowering for us, for normal people. If we do this right, we should realize, like, damn, this was kind of legit and easy. You know, in this protest video, if you look at what was happening, and then for the first protest that I show in England, and then there was an Italian chick and I used that to lead into the Italy clips, and she was talking about we got to do more, right? Like, that's the progress. If we do we're right there a little bit more, now you're striking, now you're shutting shit down, and like shit's dumb changed. Everybody out there, just do me a favor real quick. You know, rewind your brain about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and look at all the things that have happened in the face and in reaction to the Samud Flotilla. This is proof positive that we can do something to change things. Without the brave moves by the flotilla and everyone involved, the pressure would have never been put on Israel. Like I said, the ball would have never been put in their court. And we continue in the cycle that they create for us. But what we're doing is we're interjecting our own will into that cycle and changing it. And this is a game that we got to play, man. And shout out to the Flotilla. Shout out to everybody else in Europe that's following up with what looks like to be successive flotillas now. This is a big moment. Back on my Substack, I covered, these are really, I think the last 2 articles on my Substack were covering the Flotilla. And in the initial article, I really stressed how big of a moment that this is going to be. This will move things forward. This is putting the ball in Israel's court. A huge amount of ships like this, there's, one, they're going to have a hard time dealing with it, and 2, they're not going to be able to hide from it. There was all sorts of legit professional people. Nelson Mandela's grandchild was kidnapped amongst these people. There were parliamentarians, representatives, from the EU, Greta Thunberg, the head of the steering committee, Tiago, he's a G, and the flotilla in large, over 500 and some people. I knew that they weren't going to be able to hide this. And that's exactly how this thing turned out, man. The events of the last week, there's just no doubt. You can't say that things have not escalated due to the flotilla, which is super important, because in this game and what happens in the, war for your mind, right? The 8th front of this Israeli war is that they swing this news cycle so fast. And you better believe that they do things to take the spotlight off of Israel. If you watch this stuff day to day, you can see it. The heat gets turned up on the topic. All eyes are on it. And then, something happens and comes up and draws it off. This is even like them, launching attacks, maybe opening another front. So to have the flotilla dominate the news like this, to have the flotilla not get lost in the cycle and then turn into what it has, is amazing. This is really a best case scenario, aside from them making landfall, right? We all knew that was likely not to happen, although damn, they almost made it. They pretty much broke the siege by getting that one boat inside the border, inside the territorial waters. And that is a symbol. But even more so, the whole thing was a failure on Israel's part. It was a big PR failure. They started off showboating, talking tough, doing all this stuff, acting like they're gonna treat these people as terrorists. Still talking tough to the point that they brought them into Israeli ports. People didn't know what they were looking at time-wise, conditions they were going to be facing. And then, as they were bringing them in, the Israeli government started to talk about, we had to check to make sure there's no weapons on board, and and softening their stance. And no doubt that was in face of world opinion. They're losing so hard. So what'd they do? They turned around, they let them off, they let them go the next day. Man, just shout out to the whole flotilla. We are reaching a period of time where the tide is turning. And, that's what I was saying for me in this channel, to be making all this content. I spend a lot of time on this stuff, writing articles and videos, and, trying to live my life too, you know what I mean? But I do the best I can, but nobody's paying me for this. I do this because I think it needs to be done right now. So to be able to get a few eyes, welcome you guys on this stuff, right? Again, welcome you guys again. But not only that, to have the public opinion and tide shifting, it really instills hope in what I've been doing here personally. I'm trying to make a difference, and I feel like I'm going to start to get my stuff out in front of people that need to see it. So I'm definitely ready for this. The world's ready to stop this genocide. I think we're almost there. I urge everybody else out there to do something extra, even if it's subbing to my channel, sharing a video from me or somebody else, liking somebody else's video if you jive with it. All those things are free, man. And for people like me that make this stuff and devote their time and energy towards it, that goes a long way, especially when you believe in a cause like this. I'm really at the end of the day, I have streams of income and I have things going on for myself. I'm not rich by any means. And would I love to have a little subscriber base on my Substack that paid me and maybe make a few bucks off YouTube? Like, that'd be great, you know, whatever. But I'm trying to really, I'm doing this to get this message out there. And I wouldn't care if you know, if hundreds of thousands of people saw the stuff I did and I didn't get any money, I would feel satisfied in every regard. Yeah, so boom. I didn't want to get too much in the way of this video. You know, this was more like a little edit about just the course of what's happened since the seizure of all the Flotilla and its members. So I hope you guys enjoy the edit. And of course, it seems as though the prisoners, captives rather, have been freed, and the majority, if not all of them, have landed in Turkey by now. Yeah, lots to come out. These clips were just small little snippets from everything that's been going on with this whole story. There's so much more that happened in the last few days, and these were just a few things that crossed my plate and I put together to show you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it instills some hope. I hope you can share it around. I hope it finds the right people. It opens the right minds. Happy Sunday out there, man. Free Palestine. Hang in there. Know that the world is here with you, and I really believe that people are starting to get it. Here in America, people are starting to say, free America. Free America from Israel. And while that's not free Palestine, it's a step towards free Palestine. I think we just had to put that first. So, big week ahead. Shout out to everybody. Again, welcome all my new viewers, and anyone else that's new to the channel, welcome. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.